evening, ladies and gentlemen, from the luscious winelands of Paul, introducing your host of Hanging Out with Jay, the one, the only, Jay! Hi everybody, I always wanted to do that. Me and my younger sister, she used to be into these like variety shows like Top Billing and that channel Vuzu. So we would always reenact these presenters. It was one of our favorite things to do together. And so I always wanted to do that. So I thought today, why don't I try and do that? But I guess they never sounded like that, it was mostly a wrestling thing that people used to do that. It would be like, Royal Rumble, introducing Mike, whoever, whatever. I wanted to say Mike Tyson, but the guy I wanted to talk about or mention was, I don't know, what was his name? Stone Cold Steve Austin? Yes, that was the person. But anyway, talking about wrestling and boxing, the local elections is coming up. And a colleague of mine the other day, we had a talk, not even a talk, he was mentioning, it's like almost like we're forgetting that this thing is even happening. And it's happening on the 1st of November because they were talking about the 1st of November being a holiday. So I was like, oh, why? What's happening then? Is it a new thing? I'm like, no, it's the elections. Like, oh yeah, it's the local elections coming up. And I think most of us are just so not interested in this thing because it is just like, it's like same old, nothing ever happens. There's always like a hype before the time. And the more you do the more frequent you do these things, or the more you do them, the less it actually means, the less it becomes. There was a time when I started voting for the first time, I was like, I have to do it. It's for country and duty. I have to be patriotic and I have to go stand in that line because I'm not going to the border or wherever to protect my country. So the responsibility as a civilian citizen is that I have to go stand in that line and vote. I have to pay my taxes and all that kind of stuff. That was me. Now I'm like, we forget that this was the year that South Africa essentially almost burnt down. Not South Africa per se, but KwaZulu-Natal. And KwaZulu-Natal is an integral part of South Africa. Yes, it has some annoying people out there, but South African history is also made up of Zulu culture in KwaZulu-Natal, in those hills, and all of it. So the Zulu royalty, all of it, that's a big part of South African culture. So when that place gets hurt, all of us get hurt. And I know some of the people I work with be like, are you lying? No, I'm not lying. This is my true thoughts. These people that were in charge or that made that thing happen just made me feel like they have there's no South African interest here. There's only the interest of these little few people playing their little Game of Thrones, and the rest of us are just collateral damage in whatever thing that it is that they are doing. So I thought tonight would be a great opportunity, since most of us are probably disinterested in forgetting about this thing, because when you come to that line and you see that ballot paper, it's normally long as and you're like, where's the person that I want to vote for? And when you get to the person you want to vote for, you kind of don't have time to think. You feel like you're in a hurry. Everything feels like you can't be long because there's people the line is long. Let me get out of here. You don't have time. So I thought, okay, let's talk a little about the people that's actually contesting in this election and who they've been. Obviously, there's a few big ones. And in a local government elections, in the provinces, it's actually different. It's not the same everywhere. There's different parties or individuals now, what they call them independents, that stand for different wards and whatever. And so tonight we'll talk a little about, but that's just to where are you guys and what are you going to do? Are you actually going to vote? Because I have not spoken to someone who's actually thinking of voting. Some people are yeah, you have to vote, but who do we even vote for? So I thought, let's start with a list of people that's going to be on that ballot and discuss them a little about who they are, what they stand for, what they do. Short snippets, not like anything long. So we'll start off with this lady, Auntie Pet. Let's start off with her. The elephants in the room we'll get to. But Auntie Pet, like, what is up with your poster? Who are you talking to? Bring good back to the hood? What? I don't understand. Like, people normally say that you are very, almost like a well-bred politician. So if you're saying something like this, who are you talking to? Are you talking to people who speak like that? Bring good back to your hood. Who are you speaking to? You're definitely not speaking to the old lady. And where are you contesting? I'm sure you're contesting in Beaufort West, where you're from. Oh, I've heard you're from there. A city of Cape Town, probably city of Joburg, and all these, that type. I don't know. What's happening? I don't know. Guys, I just have never bought into Auntie Pet. Apparently she's like, a barometer or like the conscience of South Africa, and that's why they made her the Minister of Public Works or whatever minister she is. I mean, lady, I don't know. What are we doing? Okay, we'll see how it goes. I don't know who's your voters. I've never met a person voted for Good or ID or whoever. When you were in the DA and all that, I mean, it seems like you're just flipping or left, right, center from being PAC to where you are now. I mean, what's happening? It's like it's that just your thing. You have to have that voice and that platform. Good luck to you. Hopefully you do something proper. I don't know. Secondly, let's look at these people. So this is Action SA, right? And I've heard there's like a lot of buzz about these people. They have, like, Herman Mashaba has been mayor of Joburg before, and I heard Makosi Khoza. So we all know Dr. Makosi Khoza. She is going to be the mayoral candidate for eThekwini, which is like Durban. And both of these people have good reputations. But I have one fundamental question, guys. Do we still believe billionaires are good, leaders? Yeah, crickets. Because, I mean, you've seen Donald Trump, right? He's probably the biggest example. Then you've seen our own Uncle Cyril, which I'll come back to. And now it's about Herman Mashaba. The only issue I have with Herman Mashaba is, like, I understand there was like that government that they had with the EFF and all that, and the EFF called them the kingmakers, the real Tyrells of South Africa. So that's a Game of Thrones reference. So if you watch that, you'll know who the Tyrells are. You are kingmakers, supposedly. So yeah, the real Tyrells, was to see what happened to them in that show. I went to church and like boom. Anyway, Herman Mashaba, I do not want to get out of my office and come clean the city at month end or on a Friday. It's not my responsibility. I pay my taxes. And if you are deciding to run the city, you have to make sure that the city is clean. It's part of your responsibility. I have mine. I'll make sure my rates and taxes are up to thingy, and I be a good citizen and pay all my fines and all these things that I need to pay. But you take care of that. Please don't compare us and tell us about Rwanda and, that city there and how it's the whatever of Africa. No one cares. Just make sure that you run the city right, and you stamp out corruption, and then we'll give you a try. I don't know. People are making fun of you, but you seem like a good guy. So, I don't know. It seems like money's on you in a lot of talk, but we'll see. Okay, then secondly, however many these folks. These folks are called, well, first of all, they are Mmusi Maimani's party, and they are this particular movement. So I can't see them, but you can see them. That particular movement is Mmusi Maimani's party. And guys, Mmusi Maimani, I don't know, guy, you tried, you seem like a good guy. I don't know, you were in government in the Western Cape with Auntie Helen and stuff, I don't know what to say, guys. Are you even a party? What is this movement stuff, guys? I don't know. Whatever, we'll see. Good luck to you too, sir. You seem like a good person, and it seems like your heart's in the right place. Then now let's get to the big elephants in the room. Let's start with this one, the DA. Everyone thinks, I don't know, they say the DA is governing the Western Cape good, and the city of Cape Town is the best run city in South Africa, supposedly Africa. I saw a thing on Facebook where it said they are the best city. Cape Town is the best city in Africa. Okay, great. I've seen, so I'm from there, and I've lived in a DA-run municipality before. And guys, I have to say, it's really hard for me to see the difference between a DA-run, let me just switch this on. Sorry, man. A DA-run municipality and a DA-run municipality and an ANC-run municipality. It's really hard for me to see the difference. It seems like in the DA municipalities, it seems like the governance are clean. Most of the time, it's good governance. But regards to whatever gets to the people, guys, I don't know, I haven't seen it. Like, the shacks are that shacks on the Into highway in Cape Town when you get from the airport. It's just everywhere. And, I understand. People need to live, but guys, that's something that you guys have to take care of. I don't know if you get funds from national government for housing or however it works, but guys, what are you guys doing? Cape Town is still the most violent city in South Africa. So how are people calling the most violent city in South Africa the best city in Africa? Like, it can't be a city of two tails, man. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So, I don't know. I'm not really keen. You guys tell us that you will govern South Africa so great, but like, why aren't you just governing that relatively small province a bit better? Like, just because you are the best run city in South Africa or province doesn't by any means, because the bar is already so low. If that's the standard, then guys, we are in for crazy. Then we have these heroes. Yes, they are fighting for economic emancipation, and they do it by telling people or encouraging people to go and invade land, and then just build like a whole bunch of informal settlements there. No water, no electricity, leave the people there, take the land, take a better life. These heroes. Great. Okay. And then we have the big elephant in the room. And I can just say, 1,000 years from now or whenever, I don't know how long South Africa is going to be a country or whatever, but let's say there's going to be, how there's before Christ and AD and all that, there's really going to be like before 1994 and after 1994, that type of situation. It's like a point in time that you can refer to. So these people have ruled South Africa for an eternity, ne? And there was obviously the Madiba years, and everyone was still in that, patriotic phase. We want to build our country, and it was better. And after the Madiba years, there was the Thabo Mbeki years, and from where we're standing now, people are like, ooh, Thabo Mbeki was so great. I don't know. There's obviously a lot of controversy around him as well, but the economy was doing great, and like there was like empowerment, and like a ton of people were taken out of poverty and all of that stuff. And then there's the Zuma years. So, hi, Baba Zuma. Respect to you, say. I would follow you into battle. You seem like a good wartime president. But Shem, you showed us fire, hey? Like, literally even. You showed us fire. Then now there's this one. People said in this time of the pandemic, he was the best that we could have asked for. And I don't know how Bab Zuma would have been in the pandemic times, but I guess I also want like someone boring, like Bab Cyril, It just seemed like, hey, He has it under control. He's talking to people and all that, and people are listening to him and all that. Guys, I don't know. These are the people that we have to choose from. So your choice. I don't have any agenda here. I don't have my mind made up. There was one party once, I don't know if they're going to run in these elections, but I think they run in national elections. The Purple Bull, Kenton Pillai's party. So they're a capitalist party, right? And I don't know. I'm not really, I used to fancy myself a capitalist, but I think like there needs to be, you know, a socialistic part to capitalism. There can't just be that, especially in our society. So I don't know. Anyway, those are the people that we normally talk about. Oh, and there's obviously the IFP, and then there's all that. I don't know what's happening, guys. I think Chief Mangosuthu is no longer the leader there. I'm not sure, but if that's the case, great for them. But like let me just read some of the other parties that we never get a chance to see. So sorry that this thing is going to be a little bit longer, right? And I don't know if these people are actually running, but these are some of the parties that I've heard of. The African Transformation Movement, or the ATM. Who knows who they are? Then we have Ahang. Oh my God, I don't think these people are still running. Are they still around? But the leader is not Rampela Mampe, it's some other guy. Then we have Al Jama'a, like a Muslim party. We have Alliance for the Transformation of All. Okay. We have Azapu, we all know them. We have Better Residents Association. Who? I don't think we have BLF anymore. Maybe we do. I'm not sure. Then there's Scope. Yes, they still exist. Economic Emancipation Forum. No, that is not the Economic Freedom Fighters. Different people. We have obviously those heroes, the EFF. Great. Then we have Zankulu Liberation Congress. I don't know them. We have the Independent Civic Organization of South Africa, and a lot of others that I'm not going to get to. The Land Party, the Patriotic Alliance. The one I do want to make a reference to is this, you know, Kaapse Partij, and this flag of them representing an independent Western Cape. Guys, like, can you stop it? Like, can you stop it now? As much as, you know, KZN is part of South Africa, the Western Cape is too. Like, I don't know, what do you guys want? What is it? Like, guys, must we be really frank and ask, what is your problem? What are you doing? Is it because, I'm going to be very frank here and ask, do you not want to be governed by Black African South Africans? What's the issue? Like, what's happening? We are part of South Africa. Everyone is going through the most. You want to secede. You are in Africa, so deal with it. Yes? Deal with it. And let's stand together and let's build South Africa together. So guys, that was, you know, it for the segment of Jay. It's kind of really here and there about all these things, but I just thought, let's talk about this, because what are we going to do? Hey, what are we going to do? Are you going to vote? Are you not going to vote? Whatever you do, please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. Please share. And in the comment section, tell us what you're going to do. Who are the people that you're thinking you are going to vote for? All that kind of thing. And let us know. You know, it's still on a serious note, it's still our responsibility to make sure that South Africa is better. Because what is the promise of South Africa? I don't know. My friends are saying I'm becoming a little bit preachy. Whatever. I am a preacher then. It's our responsibility to vote to make South Africa a better place. South Africa is not going to be a better place in the next, 10 years. But it's every single person that stays here, it's responsibility to make sure that it actually gets there. People have fought for freedom and all of that. Now, we have to make sure somehow that we get the right people in spaces and we don't do cadre deployment anymore. It seems like everyone is changing that. And if the ANC is fighting like they are, guys, we kind of just have to make sure that whatever happens, if the ANC is in power, if they're not in power, guys, let's fix South Africa. Let's do the right thing. I don't know how that is, but whatever that is, let's do that. I'm sorry that this thing was so long this time, but hey, here we are doing that. I love you guys to bits. Give us some fire. Go vote on that day. Yes? Great.